Alright, start of the recording. Hey guys, welcome back to another video here at FX. My name is Josh, Discord community owner and also founder of the FX community group. So what we're gonna do today, diving real quick into it, is we're gonna discuss the trades that were taken in the VIP group. And let me just say, it was an insane week. As you know, there are things going on geopolitically with Russia and Ukraine, which really impacted the markets a little bit. Well, not a little bit, so to speak, but very much so. We did see a huge sell-off on the day before yesterday and yesterday as well. As the recording of this video would be the day before yesterday. We did see a huge sell-off here. As you can see, this is one of the charts I have here where this huge sell-off happened, and this was when where we had our first report that Russia had started attacking one of Ukraine capitals, right? So yeah, it's been a crazy week in the markets this week, and we could only expect things to get a little bit more crazier as things continue and develop with Russia and Ukraine. But for now, let's just focus on the charts and let's go through the analysis, guys. We did have a very profitable week in both the VIP and the free community, the free channel. So yeah, we're diving straight into it. Leave a like on this video as well as subscribe if you find any of these content useful, right? Let's work the YouTube algorithm, get more people involved, get more people in profit, and all just prosper as a group, right? So I'm gonna continue, and as you can see, this was one of the most insane trades that we've done so far for the year, right? We took an entry right around here, and price just started to skyrocket up, right? Price just started going, right? And I'll show you, I'm not capping on this. It's an actual trade that we did take in the VIP group, and as you see, like in 10% profit on the day, which was today, the day of this recording, which is Friday the 25th. Alright, so let's just go through some of the stuff that we see in here, right? Let's go to the VIP. And we're gonna just scroll all the way back to around the 21st. This is the 22nd. Yeah, all the way back to around the 21st. Alright, so this is where we started here for the week in the VIP group. Yeah, AD CAD, we had a trade here entering right around that area. Getting turning close to the candle, price maintains the overall structure. This was for CAD news, ADP news for the CAD, but for some reason, I don't know if this has been an issue for anyone else other than myself. I did see that on my FOREX, my FX book, let me just sign in real quick. Right, on my FX book, what happened was that this was a news that I was looking at that point of time for around, I think, the Tuesday or the Monday, right? And on each day, the news impact would have kept moving down, right? And it kept doing that all the way till today, which is Friday, right? And I'm looking for it. I'm not even seeing it now, right? But it was right here, right around here, that there was the ADP news, and it kept moving down each day, right? So that kind of affected my trading because I was really looking and going off of what my FX book was saying for the ADP news. I do use a conjunction between my FX book and FOREX Factory, as well as some other tools for my fundamental research. But working back and forth, I was really just using my FX book really to just get an idea of when these news data are coming out and just follow up on each economy to make a general bias or assumption, right? So that really did kind of affect my trading with that ADP news that just didn't come off for whatever reason. My FX book was doing that. I had a screenshot somewhere here to show you guys afterwards. It was really weird, I don't know, right? But this was a trade that we entered, protect your positions at this point. We have zero risk running except for this new position I'm about to take. Right, don't be greedy. This was a trade that we did enter right around here. I think if you scroll up, if I scroll up, you might see it. Yeah. No, this isn't indeed. Okay. I'm not seeing it here. But yeah, this was a new position that we did enter, right? Price continued going up. We had that support into the major resistance zone. Overall, with some bullish momentum, looking for a continuation going higher, right? We had a CAD CHF, they moved stops and closed into profit. And these were trades that were sent out within the watch list. As you can see here, NCD CAD, AED CAD buys for the AED CAD as well, right? And the CAD CHF sells. All these were sent before the markets open, looking for these trades to actually happen on market opening, which they did. We entered it immediately after that session gap spread settled down. We entered into these trades here for everyone. Everyone was able to take these trades and gain some profits off of them immediately, right? So the AED CAD, CAD CHF, as you can see it here, AED CAD as well, and also NCD CAD too, right? So all these trades were taken by everyone. We entered, price started moving into profit a lot. AED CAD, the second position, started to fail, right? We saw a little bit of a larger pullback. This was all again as we continue with more updates on the Russia-Ukraine situation. The Canadian dollar started to move a little bit more, had a little bit more volatility because of oil prices fluctuating, right? So as you know, oil prices does sometimes have an effect on the Canadian dollar, as it is one of the largest exports of oil. Not the Canadian dollar, but the Canadian economy, right? So we do have some correlation every now and then between oil prices and the strength that the Canadian dollar will display because of those oil prices either being increased or decreased, and also depending on other fundamental factors, right? So we did fail out of that second position. Overall, we're still up thus far. GBP USD, this was a new position we looked into enter as soon as we saw some price pushing upwards, right? And as you can see, once we see the current level being broken as price pushes into the resistance here, looking for a continuation with a stop loss of 21 pips, right? Enter the AED CAD here with a stop loss of 4%. With 4 pips, looking roughly for price to bounce here, the current support higher back into the highs it created. We can see oil prices has risen quite a bit, which is why CAD is gaining here. But this is temporary as a move, hence price should just wick back and correct this move. We can wait closer to the candle close if we want to be a little bit more conservative, right? And as you can see, that did initially fail here. Price started to push down a little bit, and it's just like, okay, at that point I'll re-enter once price comes into the zone, because I'm still very clear on my bias and why I do have that particular bias, right? And that is something that you as a trader need to be able to discern from yourself when it comes to trading, losing trades and your own psychology. When it's time to switch from a particular bias, at this point, this wasn't the point to switch bias, because we know that overall we are seeing a higher move on AED CAD on the higher time frames. This is apparent, this is a fact. We are seeing this more bearish push because of oil prices starting to increase because of that Russia situation that we do have currently going on. And as you can see on the day itself, right, oil prices did reach to a high right around here, right on the 24th. Oil prices did reach around $100 right here. As the price started to correct itself and came back down to these zones. But oil did rise from the 22nd, 23rd to the 24th. Oil did rise on that day pretty significantly, which affected price action on these other charts, right? so we saw price moving down, was re-entering right around that area. If price could have just pulled back up, JPY sell with a 25 pip stop loss, looking for continuation of the area. You can see some downward pressure being maintained. IGP NZD sell as well. Then we had an NZD CAD buy, NZD USD buy, and was looking to enter those after session gap. You can risk 0.5% on each, making it a 1.5% risk in total, right? Risking around 1 to 1.5% myself, right? What to see these levels, sorry, this is supposed to be 1 to see these levels being maintained firstly, right? And as you can see, I stated here very clearly that enter the setups above, can wait for clear entries if you feel more comfortable doing so with stop loss, etc. Looking for a rally in favor of the NCD for rate hike. If we can see an increase from previous 0.75 to 1 or higher, likely to see this increase up to how the market reacts, as well as we already have an overall bullish sentiment on the NZD, as well as all areas at key points, right? So this was NZD USD buy, NZD CAD buy, and GBP NZD sell, right? These were the 3 trades that we took mainly, right? If you risk 0.5%, then you made a killing either way, right? So yeah, and I could go through all of this right here, right? There's no reason to actually pull up the charts. Everything's detailed, explained, and really sorted out for everyone in the VIP section to really understand what's happening, right? So if you risk 0.5%, each run in 1.5% risk, you should be around 5% in profit or so. Don't be greedy, take a profit, or adjust your stops, making it risk-free. Rate hiking was expected 1%, nothing to major at these possible areas, such as NZD CAD, for example. It's possible to see price rejecting highs to basically correct its previous movement. Obviously, we have to wait for a total confirmation of this, right? So these were the trades that were taken. Let me just pull up the charts real quick. Hopefully I didn't delete anything. All right, so NZD CAD, right? Yeah, I delete a lot off of NZD CAD. But if we're looking at the areas for NZD CAD, right, we did have multiple trades running for NZD CAD, like 3 different trade setups, right? Price did come into here. This was one trade right around here, and this quarter here. But we're looking here at this one, this top level one, right? So let's just try to input the levels for this real quick. All right, guys, just bear with me for a minute. Alright, so this was around 22nd here, and the 1 hour right around this area. I'm just looking for this area as clean as possible, right? So I think we're somewhere right here, right? Like right around here. Alright, so let's just input these levels and make sure. 309, sorry. The stop loss was at 0.581, and entry price was around 85,951. This was the trade. Right, as you can see, this was the trade taken here for that price continuation. Price actually pushed higher, right? As soon as the market got closed and everything, session change was over with, price just boom, soared right up, hit us for that 5% total, making this a win, an extreme win out of it, right? out of nowhere, just appeared, right? And this is what we do consistently in the free and also in the VIP group. This was sent in the free as well. All the NCD positions were sent both in the free and the VIP group. So everyone was able to profit off of this. I saw that made 5%, right? So 2.5% if you risk 0.5. The NCD USD as well did play out, right, for 6.8%. Right, price came into this level high, which we did have marked out. That is a daily zone. As you see, we did have that price rejection from this area right here, so we could have been able to profit from a buy as well as a possible sell once we did see this bearish candle close engulfing that bullish candle right at the daily zone. So that's like two confirmations that could have allowed you to take the interest in actually taking a trade position right here back for sell, and as well as we had the USD strengthening from the Russia-Ukraine situation as well. So we had fundamentals on both technical reasons as to enter a sell for this. However, unfortunately, I didn't feel the need to actually do that, so I stood out. I opted to stay out. And you can see these levels here clearly as well. Same levels marked, no capping, anything of that sort. GBP NCD was the same thing. So this would have been around 3.4% if you risk 0.5, making this 5.6% thus far, 5.6%. And then GBP NCD, as you can see, GBP NCD just continuously soared down, right? So I don't even have to really pull the chart out for that, right? But right here around the 21st, 22nd, 23rd, just see that more clearly. So it was right around here when we did have that bearish push down. Right around here, we took that entry for that sell, and you see price continued going down, right? So this was also another clear win for like I think 4.8 around 5% as well. So yeah, again, added up, if you risk 0.5%, over 7% profit in total right on that, wiping out any losses that were occurred initially, like this one right here, right, or even the GBP JPY, because I think this one actually stopped us out, right? So GBP JPY, yeah, so this is GBP JPY first position right around here, which we took. Just to show you guys that it is the first position, one of these positions. Just make it a little clearer. Right, so we did have price pushing down. Was looking for price to come on retest back into this area, so we had a limit right around here. Price came back, touch, it started to go down a little bit, then it just started to trend back up. Like, I don't even know why it did that, but it did, right? So that happened. We did enter a secondary position, which is this right here. As you see, it played for a total of 11% in profit. So let me just pull that up. Right, GBP NCD, everything here. I'm just running through this real quick, right, guys? This is just a recap of the trades taken. Show you guys, all right, the VIP is profitable. What am I paying for? Paying for profitable trades from a professional trader. All right. So yeah, we did enter that total confirmation. 80 USD sell. Entering this trade with a 10 pip risk, right? Stop loss, risking a tad more on this. For a break lower here as price reaches into this daily high resistance, break below the current upward trend would further solidify this idea. However, I'm about to turn in for the day. Sorry, this was from like when I was looking to go and rest, call it a day. So also looking forward to some slight reversals on the AED, though if that's going to happen, I don't know if it would have happened this week or maybe next week. It was still unknown. Overall, the price action looks solid on 15 with the last bearish candle close. Right, so this was on a 15-minute chart. We just pull up 80 USD here. So you can see 80 USD did fall significantly, but at last, not before actually pushing higher here. Right, at that point, once we did see this bearish pullback, right, and then this bearish pushback in here, it was looking like a full continuation for a sell, right? But unfortunately, at that point, I sort of changed my bias to a long, just because, right, we did see this bullish little momentum happening here. So at the point of when we did get this retest, I was looking for either one of two things to happen. Price to reach here, right, on this bearish candle and wick back for a continuation higher. So in hindsight, this is like a note to self right here. In hindsight, we should have waited to see that confirmation of a wick pull from this level, right, and then enter for that continuation higher, right? Also, if we did see a full candle close into the level itself, then I would have opted to stay out if we had a full candle close here. What also made me sort of more biased to the upside was the fact that when we did see this candle close right here, it didn't close bearish into this zone either, but it rejected right here. It closed, the opening and close came in at around the same point, meaning that, okay, both pressures are equal to the buying and selling side. But again, we did have that little fundamental news of the Russia incident going on right now. So all of that all those factors were in play in the markets, right? So price did drop, however, not before that. So if anybody from the group did actually enter back into this trade for that drop, then they did awesome. NZD CAD, this is where we're looking for a sell right into the level right there. And Jesus, guys, it's a different kind of pain when you have something right and it just doesn't work in your favor, right? So let's just pull this up real quick and see that it's really a different sort of pain when you have something correct and it's just, if you played it, it goes in your direction, but just not before doing the most upsetting of things, right? So you can see that price did come here, right? Rejected, came back higher again. We saw that price action just bounced from this area, this high resistance zone form, right? So you can just look at it here, right? Price did come into the zone right below the moving averages here. Looking at the 4-hour, right? We got those price rejections, right? We got some solid price rejections right there. Price came in here, rejected here, came fully closed, had that rejection, and then this candle wick open at that time, giving us a sort of a confirmation that, okay, maybe the buying pressure at this point is going to start to fail, right? So we see right around here, we started forming these wicks right into this area. Around that time, we could have expected some shortness, some bearishness to come and play into the markets, because again, fundamentally, we had a lot of stuff going on, which affected a lot geopolitically speaking. So we could have seen an overall dip on the market itself, as well as on this day, the price action formation forming this sort of a zone right here. So at this point, it was like, all right, we're seeing multiple candle wick rejections right around this area. So if prices continue higher, we would have seen that push high by now, right? Because we had a lot of bullish momentum happening. But hence, for whatever reason, price is seeming to have a very troubling time to continue with that push higher. So maybe we are going to come into sort of a retracement at that point. So right around here, we entered the trade and came out right around here, 5% to go. Right? So let me just see if I could find that. So yeah, we have this explanation here. NZD CAD re-entered the 80 USD, right? So to get that re-entry. I don't know if anybody else did re-enter, but we did get that re-entry right there. NTD card re-entry as well, as you can see right around here, that same re-entry, same levels, stop loss at 86340, stop loss right here 86340, price never once hit it, and we continue moving downwards from there, right? So we did make that 5%. If we extended it, then oof, geez, 10%, right guys? So it's crazy the amount of profits we actually do make. And I continue saying that, I keep saying that because it's true. It's simply unheard of, right? We also had a GBP buy and with a 1.5% risk, looking for a further on continuation as price reaches this daily level. But it did close out of this position, right? It started looking kind of shaky. 80 JPY buy and with a 1.5% risk. At this one too, I was looking for a continuation right around this level right here. However, we didn't get that continuation. I did re-enter on the buy, right? Risking low with a 0.5%, close break even on GBP which was happy we did that, right? Avoiding unnecessary loss. 80 USD buying, 80 USD, buy, entering here with a low 0.5% risk as well, right? So this is why I was telling you guys I was looking for a buy continuation on 80 USD, just because I saw this sort of the price action that was forming, right? So at this point, price was pulling back. We should have waited fully for that candle close and see what the other candles would have done at that point. So this was a slight mishap on my part, right? So we did end up losing out on this one, and we did ended up losing out on the 80 JPY as well, right? So exited this one to see a push higher, which was the 80 JPY, right? Best not to get carried away. Exited GJ as well, that I had a limit on, because we did have a limit on GJ as well, for the continuation of that sell, right? So I did buy GBP NCD. This is more recent, right here on the 23rd. Price did go up into profit. Price was moving on the NCD card, so we were making profits there. GBP NCD did start playing out. Let's just pull it up real quick here. Do I have my charts? I'm not seeing my charts. But GBP NCD, right? Price was around right here, the 23rd, right? Came up right around here. We were able to exit with some profits. Right, full TP hit, melted on the NCD card. GBP NCD had a secondary position right here, buy, right? Looking for further continuation upwards, but as you can see, that didn't end up happening. We're able to come out with at least, I think, 1.5% profits, right? So mitigated that one and still had 0.5% profit still. This was an honorable mention trade, something that we could have looked at, right? Enter the sell, risking that 8 pips. Price stopped out over here, looking for a continuation. If we get price to pull back, hence I set a limit around the area on 80 NCD. If we just look at it real quickly, this is the price action we currently see on 80 NCD. So not the cleanest chart, right? So should have stayed out, and that's again down my part. Probably, a lot of profits every week, started putting in mentality, probably, right? And I failed to neglect the amount of impact the current geopolitical situation going on would have affected a number of these trades, right? So this is fundamentals. This is the technical and fundamentals. We're looking for a continuation, entering here with 1% risk. Right, that's that secondary NCD card position that you will see in here. Right, and price did come up. We tested right around this area here, and then started moving down a little bit. We were able to, I believe I shared that. Euro JPY, this was a failure as well, at 1% risk. Price didn't continue downwards. NCD card, working, covering the 2 L's taken, right? So NCD card was still working around. Trailed my stops. This is GBP USD buy, which is the buy that you're seeing currently, and this was the NCD card sell, right? So right around here, the sell. Alright guys, and this is a quick view, right? Everything was just so perfect, so amazing. This first Euro USD worked out for like 2% profit, then price came back, as you can see right here. Price went up like 2%, then came back in a couple hours back to the entry point, which we were able to get to because, again, looking at the technical side aspect of it, right, as well as the fundamental side, we could have had a safer bet that prices could continue from right here, right? So almost got worked out. But if you did, feel free to re-enter. I'm learning my stop from break even, do the trade room to grade. Right, price started moving, was 4% in profit. We finished the day off in around 9.5% profit here. So you can see, guys, profitability after profitability, over 21%, I think, made for the week again thus far. So we keep on being profitable after profitable, even though we do occur some losers, some losses every here and there. But again, you're talking about overall profitability. One of the other things that you should note as well, in order to maintain your profits and maintain your trading account, whatever it is, either your funded or personal account, is always practice good risk management. Risk management is key to any trader. It's the most powerful tool in your arsenal as a trader surfing these markets, right? Because anything can happen for whatever reason, such as the Russia-Ukraine situation, right? We didn't really have a heads up about that, and markets reacted negatively towards it. Some people made money while some people didn't, right? Simple say, just limit your amount of risk that you do take, especially if you're taking from a single source provider, and you carefully watch the trades analysis before you accept the trades themselves for yourself, because then issues could arrive that you're just not comfortable with, and you want to blame the trade analyzer or whoever it is that you follow along, right? So proper risk management is key, guys, to become a successful trader. I do have a video on my dynamic risk management strategy that I use myself each week, so I would start looking at that for you guys. Right, so hopefully this video was informative, enjoyable. If you do like the content here and wish to see more, then a like to the channel would be nice, as well as a subscribe. Let's get these videos reaching out to people who really need help, people who are interested in trading and getting their money up, right? So yeah, guys, thank you for viewing this video. If you made it all the way here, then thank you. Yeah, that's it for this video. See you in the next one.